Now, in the run-up to this day, what we certainly did see was the ANC coming out and saying what we are proposing is a government of national unity. The first party to come out and say publicly come out and say we are a part of this GNU was, of course, the Inkatha Freedom Party. We're joined now by the IFP President, Mr. Velenkosini Hlabisa. Mr. Hlabisa, good morning to you. How are you feeling about this inauguration and certainly the formation of this government of national unity this morning?
Thank you very much, and greetings to the viewers of Newzroom Afrika. Firstly, today is a very important day in our country. After the elections on the 29th of May, I'm looking forward to today. The president, once inaugurated, he must set the tone for our country. He must lay out the roadmap for South Africa, because our country is experiencing numerous challenges. But the people of South Africa spoke loud and clear and said political parties find a common ground, work together, take our country forward. The IFP is confident. We are not strangers in the government of national unity. The difference, it was dictated by Constitution in 1994, but now it was dictated by people. The government of national unity should make the people of South Africa a priority. We must listen to them. We must visit them now and again. We must be accountable to them. If we can do so, we will be able to take our country forward.
Yeah, there is, of course, the question around just how big of a grouping of parties we're going to be seeing. What are the murmurs that you are understanding as a member of this government of national unity, on how many other parties are still knocking on your doors?
The IFP from onset has believed in an inclusive process. Allow as many political parties as possible who share a common view that we need to work together and take our country forward. Subscribing to that view might not necessarily mean you must be part of the government, but in fact of the cabinet, but it will mean you are part of taking a common journey, because people must not only limit contributing by simply being a member of the cabinet. No. As a member of the National Assembly, you have an important task to contribute positively, because if you contribute negatively, you are not taking our country forward.
You know, Mr. Hlabisa, some of the analysts that we've spoken to as the results really started coming in from the Results Operations Center have said that the IFP certainly was one of the bigger winners of this election, having seen a tremendous amount of growth. I mean, you've done well, some would argue, in a province even like KwaZulu-Natal, no surprises there. But certainly you've been forming part of this government of national unity. Looking back at the trajectory of the IFP to where it was on a day like this 30 years ago in the inauguration of the first democratically elected president of the country, what do you say about 30 years of the IFP in South Africa?
The IFP, 21 March next year, will be completing 50 years. We have seen the bad and we've seen the good. Even prior, 1994, the IFP has seen a lot. But in a period of 30 years, we have experienced the decline. We went to the drawing board and we made a comeback approach, and the IFP is back to contribute as a force to be reckoned with. We will be rebuilding, rebranding and reshaping the IFP as a political party to respond to current challenges and also grow the IFP as a future role player in our country. We are looking at a bright future of the IFP because we have withstood various tests of time, and we are confident we are able to respond to the challenges of our people because we understand them better. We are one party that is grounded to people. We spend most of our time walking down on the street, meeting people face to face, shaking them hands, asking, how are you feeling?
Yeah.
What does it make you happy? What do you think the IFP should do better? And the feedback we get from people, we take it kindly, sometimes a very harsh feedback. But if you want to know how people feel, open your ears, open your eyes.
Let me ask you one final question before I let you go, Mr. Hlabisa, and I think that this sits on the back of the mind of many South Africans as they watch this, because the murmurs have started already with the request made by the EFF last week in that first sitting of the National Assembly, that an impeachment process follow the president even after we've done all of this and inaugurating him, based on the Palapara saga. Where does the IFP sit where that is concerned, particularly considering that you've entered this agreement with the ANC? If an impeachment process were to happen, how would the IFP vote? And what do you think is a great concern for the president as he preps for this inauguration with that in mind?
When I made the congratulatory message, I said the IFP did not join the GNU because we support the ANC or DA or any other political party, but we only joined in the interest of people of South Africa. We will treat matters on the basis of merit, on the basis of information. The Palapala saga, when it gets reopened, it will have to be engaged on the basis of merit, and the president will have to take the country into his confidence in terms of accountability. If he can do so, he can tell us or tell the nation what it doesn't know on the basis of credible information. The IFP will be on the side of truth, on the side of the people of South Africa.
Okay, I won't ask you if you are vying for the position of Deputy President. We had that discussion last week. You made it clear that you're not going to be answering that question. We heard, of course, from the spokesperson of the President saying that the cabinet announcement likely not set to happen today. But we really do appreciate your time. Thank you so much, Mr. Velenkosini Hlabisa, of course, leader of the Inkatha Freedom Party.